Chicago Sky, y'all stink, bro. Y'all, look, there's trash and then there's trash. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, the Chicago Sky got destroyed by the stud buds. Everybody watches the stud buds. Shout out to Courtney Williams and Tisha Heiderman, man. Listen, stud buds stood on business today. Nafisa Collier stood on business today. They destroyed the Chicago.
Angel Reese dished out 9 turnovers like she was hosting a game show. You get a ball and you get a ball. Meanwhile, the stud buds didn't just arrive. They put on a full-blown spectacle, turning the hardwood into a stand-up stage. This wasn't just a basketball game. It was a live blooper reel. If you've ever wanted to witness the moment where swagger collides with pure mayhem, this was it. A basketball roast with the heat still burning.
Foolishness, man. Let's take a look, man. Hold on, man. Y'all be wildin', son. Bruh, come on, man. Y'all gotta stop, yo.
Just 1 turnover shy of a triple-double. Yep, you read that right. Angel Reese was on the brink of basketball infamy. Not the highlight reel kind, but the kind you quietly erase from the record books and hope no one brings up again. 9 turnovers. 9. That's not a stat line. It's a cry for help. She was practically operating a charity for defenders in need. Here, take the ball. You deserve a break. Go treat yourself to a layup.
Angel Reese last year against the Fever with like 2 minutes to go. She needed to I think it was like 6 points and 3 rebounds, and she went and caught like 2 rebounds and then immediately goes at Victoria Saxton 3.
At this point, the only reasonable explanation is that the coaching staff is in on the joke. This isn't basketball, it's performance art, a parody of offensive strategy. Because let's face it, the moment they involve her in any real set, the lane clogs up like rush hour in LA, and even the paint looks like it's begging for mercy. Every time she camps out down low, it's less post-up and more bonfire setup. And don't even mention the pick and roll. The only thing rolling is the ball, straight into enemy hands.
Gets close to her during a box out, grabs her by her hips, and hip tosses her, throwing her to the ground. She stands up, she walks over to this opponent, bends over, screams in her face, and flips her the double bird. That's the WNBA gold. We're gonna get into it. And the laughter, oh, Angel. Oh, my angel, you're my darling, angel. You've been playing well, Angel. I give it to you. You've been playing well. But every now and then, those stinkers, oh man.
So instead of risking a full-blown offensive meltdown, they've awarded her the honorary title of facilitator, which is cute if this were a preschool play date and not high-level basketball. Facilitator as in, please don't shoot. Just pass the ball before things go sideways. Because if she's not dishing it off, she's bricking. If she's not bricking, she's flailing. And if she's not flailing, she's traveling, both literally and perhaps spiritually, to a place far, far removed from the rim.
Like, there's absolutely no foul in that. She gets a good whistle, jumps up, and then goes at somebody on the other team. Who she go at? She goes at Diamond Miller, her former Maryland teammate. And like, Angel's 1 tech off a suspension as well. And is like, anytime anyone gets into it with her, she's straight in their face. And I'm like, I don't mind that, but you just gotta be smart. To be fair, the Sky sucks, so you might as well just go and take your
This isn't just a string of bad games anymore. It's starting to feel like the basketball version of a government cover-up. No one wants to say it outright, but everyone's thinking the same thing. Reese isn't just struggling, she's genuinely bad. Not give her time bad, not rookie slump bad. We're talking, why is she even on the floor bad? Garden gnomes have better footwork. Scarecrows have more dependable hands. And yet, there she is, gumming up the offense like a wad of chewed gum stuck in a vending machine slot. But bench her? Never. That would mean admitting the hype was just smoke and mirrors. Months of PR spin and hollow highlight clips unraveling in real time. So she stands at the top of the key, arms waving like she's directing traffic, while her teammates scramble around like it's a fire drill. Spoiler, she's not orchestrating anything. The only play she's executing is a featured spot in the blooper reel. Sure, The ball's moving, just usually into the hands of the wrong team.
Turning her season around. Just when I thought Angel Reese was graduating from pretend basketball player to make-believe basketball player, the level where it's almost believable that Angel Reese is a basketball player. Just when I thought Angel Reese would pull through in the clutch and do America a favor. With a win last night against the Minnesota Lynx, Angel Reese would have become the most popular player in the WNBA dump. Well, KC, that's simply not possible. Caitlin Clark will always be the most popular player in the dump.
The worst part? You can actually see the team adapting to her limitations in real time. Just watch the spacing, how teammates subtly avoid cutting her way like she's a gravitational hazard. No one wants to be the next victim of a wild pass, a late screen, or a spontaneous dribble off the foot. They're not running an offense. They're tiptoeing through a live minefield. This isn't chemistry. It's crisis management. And the irony? It's thick. For all the hype about leadership, grit, and championship pedigree, Reese has become the anchor dragging the whole ship down. And not in the steadying force kind of way, but more like we're sinking and nobody remembered the life vests. 9 turnovers isn't a rough patch. It's a symptom of a full-blown identity crisis. Standing in the dunker spot while a teammate gets swarmed isn't spacing. It's obstruction. At this point, the only thing Reese is facilitating is transition buckets for the opposition. She's not a playmaker, she's a plot twist, and not the thrilling kind. The kind that makes you question the entire script.
Proceeds to get boxed out, unable to move her opponent out of the way. Onyeka Ogwumike retaliates, grabs her by the hips, throws her to the floor, stands over her, screams on her, flips her the double bird. Quinterly, Dallas Wings teammate, being a good teammate, gets in the middle of the two, pushes Onyeka out of the way like a good teammate should. Instead of saying, Onyeka, come here, let me get you a hug. No, get up off my teammate, girl. Get up off my teammate. Onyeka Ogwumike can't.
You know it's gotten bad when opposing teams want her to have the ball. They're baiting her like she's the weak link in a chain fence, daring her to make a move. You can practically hear the opposing coach on the sideline muttering, "Let her cook," fully aware the dish is half-baked and the kitchen's already burning down. And transition defense? Don't get started. Watching her try to hustle back after coughing up the ball is like watching someone jog in flip-flops. There's motion, sure, but it's mostly for show. The body language does all the talking. Frustration without urgency, effort without execution, energy with no direction. Which circles us right back to the coaching staff. They have to see it. You don't accidentally trip into this many offensive implosions and think, yes, let's keep doing that. This isn't strategy. It's denial dressed up as development. She's become a decoy with a jersey, a placeholder they keep on the floor while pretending it's part of the plan. They're hoping no one looks too hard at the numbers, no one connects the dots. And still, the illusion goes on. Press conferences packed with generic praise, social media clips in cinematic slow motion, carefully edited to cut just before the inevitable turnover.
Angel Reese would have surpassed the Rue from Waterloo in popularity. Now, I am not saying that her dozens of aliases would have passed Caitlin Clark, but Angel Reese herself, she definitely would have. Going into the game last night, Cheryl Reed, the head coach of the Minnesota Lynx, she told the doofus duo who refer to themselves as stud buds, she told them if they lost this game to the Chicago Bravado, they would no longer be allowed to.
The whole operation feels like a masterclass in selective editing. Spin the narrative just right, and maybe, just maybe, people will forget the score. Forget that the team got run off the floor while their so-called star stumbled over her own momentum. Meanwhile, the rest of the roster, players who can shoot, who move with purpose, who understand what a shot clock is, are left paying the price. They're being sacrificed at the altar of brand preservation, because this isn't about winning anymore, it's about saving face. And that's the real tragedy. Angel Reese didn't ask to be overhyped, but now she's the centerpiece of a triple-double no one wants. Hype, delusion, and denial. Some of y'all get hypnotized by the box score. You see double-double and start acting like she just dropped a 30-piece triple-seared filet mignon. But if you actually watch the game, eyes open, brain engaged, you'd see the truth. This wasn't dominance, it was chaos. Sloppy, indifferent, and somehow perfectly marinated chaos. Angel Reese's stat lines are the basketball equivalent of clickbait. Flashy, dramatic, and almost entirely disconnected from what actually
Angel
happened.
Reese is currently about to be suspended. She has 7 technical fouls on the season. And if this was last season, in a 44-game season, she would have already been suspended. And it is genuinely one of the funny things about this is that her fans are arguing that none of the techs are warranted. They are all...
Here's the deal. Yes, she grabs rebounds, but let's be real. Most of them are courtesy of her own missed shots. Self-assisted rebounding should be its own column on the stat sheet. Grabbing an offensive board off your own airball? That's not hustle. That's cleanup duty. It's not dominance when you're just mopping up your own mess. That's janitorial work in a headband. And the points? Oh, bless those points. Half the time it's the result of the team bending over backwards to wedge her into the game plan. It's like watching someone frantically jam a square peg into a round hoop. They feed her the ball like she's Shaq, but she finishes like her controller, just disconnected. Every shot is a roll of the dice. Every possession is a tension-filled trek through a minefield. And yet, through sheer volume alone, she stumbles into 10 points. The ball leaves her hands with all the misplaced confidence of a toddler tossing glitter, hopeful, chaotic, and guaranteed to make a mess. And the passes? You can almost hear the opposing defenders whispering, "Thanks for the assist," every time she threads a so-called visionary dime straight into oncoming traffic.